By bear paws.
Hello everybody and welcome to a new thing we're doing on the channel. This is Travis's idea. I gotta give credit where credit's due, but Travis like, we should do like a yearbook for expansions. So this is our first ever Arkham Horror Yearbook where we have a bunch of yearbook awards to give out. It'll all make sense once we get to the next slide. But we're gonna vote and discuss this here. We are the yearbook committee giving the awards for the Hemlock Vale expansion.
I like the graphic, but what's the stain?
This I don't know. I just noticed that now. I was like, you know, probably just smudgy thumb, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. First one here. We also, if we do tie, because there's 3 cards and 3 of us, if we all vote for a different card, I got the patrons involved, and they are going to help us break the tie. Except for one of them, they actually tied. So if that happens,
How many votes did they have?
though they also voted for 3. Like they had, so
No,
they
like,
had.
how many people voted though?
It was like 23. And like 8 and 8 voted for the 2 for that tied for the first one.
Wow.
Yeah. So if that happens, we're just gonna end the video. So if we all tie and then that goes, we're just gonna call it there.
Okay.
But our first one here,
So funny.
yeah, we just always have to
It's
tie
like-
for it. Yeah. We have most likely to be tabooed. So this one's pretty self-explanatory. The card that is most likely to be on a future taboo list. It doesn't need to be the next taboo list. It just needs to be a taboo list, and we can do it.
Effort into this. Holy shit.
So we have Grift, 0 cost event parlay, choose an enemy location and test foot 0. For each point you succeed by, gain a resource to a maximum of 6. If you fail, that enemy attacks you. Stir the Pot 5, otherwise known as probably, like, you know, Poo Poo Kaka the card. This one, when we were discussing these nominations, it was like, this one's going to be tabooed to be better. They're going to make it, like, playable. And then we got Fine Tuning attached to a tool or science asset you control in 1 per asset. After it after attached asset exhaust Fine Tuning to ready that asset. So this is when we can make a case, if there was any cases you want to make. We put Grift here because a level 0 test on a card has potential to just absolutely bust things open.
I just heard vote.
Fine tuning is because, you know, it anytime you can like unexhaust something that has a cost to exhaust, there's potential for it to break. Travis has his vote in. I think I'm going to put mine.
I don't know which order they go in, but that's okay.
Yeah. Oh,
good.
1, 2, and 3. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I voted for 2.
3.
Sick.
Oh, 3 right off the bat. All right, on to Patreon. And they have...
Is this the one that they tied on? Because that'd
No,
be so funny.
That would be
Just the
so funny.
first
Yeah, we
one.
just like go home, right? Like,
Yeah.
No, they voted for Fine Tuning. So that one is going to be the most likely to be tabooed.
This is where you say
Alright,
that you
so
had the
now-
numbers mixed up and you thought that was one.
So now we pass all our cards.
Yeah, but
with
it's
the
just,
left,
the
right?
votes
Like,
have
that's
to-
how- that's how
No,
this works.
no.
Yeah, we're going to gamify the
Yeah,
game.
it's this is just like the Grizzled
Yeah.
now.
Oh, that's a great game. If you haven't
It is a
played the
good
Grizzled,
game.
you should play the
It is,
Grizzled.
it is a good game.
All right. Next up, we got most likely to never leave the binder. We got Hold Up. This is the card that I've seen most people like shit talking online because of the art, the effect. Parlay, choose an enemy location and an item asset in your hand. Perform a fight action against the chosen enemy. If you succeed, instead of dealing damage, play the chosen asset. Reduces cost by each point you succeeded by. Great. Antediluvian Hymn. It's a 2-cost double. This just costs to play it, spend an action. Reveal the top 5 cards in the encounter deck. For each card revealed, you may add 1 curse token to the chaos bag and place that card in the bottom of the encounter deck. Return the rest of the top of the encounter deck in any order.
Are you voting for the purple one because you never play purple cards?
I'll tell you what, I'm not voting for the green one because I'm going to play the green one in our Hemlock Vale run.
Oh no! Oh no! And then we got Stir the Pot 5 again here. Oh no! You just ruined our day.
Justin, if we can just... We don't have to play with it if we just never get 5 experience.
That's true. That's a great idea.
Yeah, you'll just
well,
have to
no,
play
it's
with
going
a level
to be
0
2
one.
experience because Bryn's going to take it in the thick of it and bank it for that.
We can do that. We
I
can
think
do that.
yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about how good our Blind Scarlet Keys run went. So, all right.
You're not wrong.
I voted for 1.
I
One.
voted for 2 because I don't play with purple cards, so it's probably
Got
never
it.
leaving my binder.
Yeah, like even though I'm not hot on Antediluvian Hymn, I do think that there is a place for it.
It does
you know?
do something like at least kind of unique.
Yeah.
And if you show up, you're like, I'm gonna play Cursed, what's her face, Grandma,
Gloria?
Cursed Gloria.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's reveal. Does she care about reveal or look
No,
at?
she has to look, so it doesn't work with her.
Okay.
They're already mandying her. But I mean, like, yeah, like the curse, you could put a bunch of curses in if you need them on the go. It also, like, commits for pretty much every
Might as
symbol
well
they'll
do
care
one
about,
for these I
right?
can't see anyway. Yeah, I think like the blue one is probably gonna leave my binder at some point when we're drafting, and I'm like, I have no fucking economy.
Yep.
And then I'm like, but this is like economy.
And, like, even though it's, like, never means,
So-
like, you know,
Yeah.
it doesn't actually mean never. It's just, like, the one that interests me the least. And I think, like, hold up. Performing the fight action, you're just, like, what are you going to do? Fight with the weapon you're going to play? You know, play another weapon?
We know from experience that having to make you test to play your items sucks.
Yeah.
Be Mark Harrigan.
Yeah.
Punch the guy in so hard he explodes. Realize
the
you
guy.
don't actually need the gun that you just put into play.
You punch him at 5.
Play
and
Act of
then
Desperation and
you
beat him to
draw
death with it.
-3 and fail.
Yeah.
Like, you lose your hold up.
I wish that
No,
You
I
still have your gunplay.
I feel like if the card
That'll
dealt
never happen.
damage, like there's like too many nozzles that they put on to just like not like to make the card more flavor than, you know, actually good.
Like, the art is awful, but
It
it's
is
also
bad.
perfect for this card
It
because
is
you can tell
bad.
that guy's not good at holding people up, and neither are you.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we make the headcanon even though it isn't Brittany getting blinded by the
Yeah, I mean, like, it's okay.
That's the face you make when you're like realizing that this is the card you're gonna play.
Yeah. Or just like when you're
Yeah.
But yeah, can we headcanon that that's
So,
now
like-
Skids? Can we convince everyone that that's Skids O'Toole in the art?
I mean, it's definitely someone who's, like, possibly shit himself in public.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
like,
Oh my god, the guy that gun. Oh wait, it's just.
oh, wait,
me.
it's me.
All right. Let's see what's next. We got most likely to be played exactly once. So this one I actually think is somehow even more damning than most likely to never leave the binder. We got Vamp 0. Parlay, choose a test any skill 3. Depending on which one you do, either remove, doom, discover clues, evade enemies, and move, or deal 2 damage. Purify. You may commit Purify to any type of test. If the test is successful, reach point you succeed by to a max of 5. Add 1 Blessed token or remove 1 Curse token from the Chaos bag. And Dr. Charles West, 3 cost. Soaks for 1 and 2. You have 1 additional hand slot, which can only be used to hold a tool asset. After you successfully investigate by exactly 1 or 3, exhaust Dr. Charles West and deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location.
Yeah, I mean, like, I suppose you're right. Like, if it never leaves the binder, there's always the use case that, like, it could be good.
Yes, yeah.
But once it's left the binder once, and never again. We've already figured it out.
I want to vote for, like, all of them for different reasons.
Yeah,
but I can
right,
only
just,
choose
like-
one.
Hang on,
Well,
let me
it
get
doesn't
him.
necessarily mean that. Like, for a very long time, Kiwi's left the binder
That is
exactly
true.
once.
That is true.
Yeah,
That is true, I think.
I don't think any
Cyclopean
of these.
Hammer also left the binder exactly once for quite a while.
I don't think any of these are that good.
No, I don't think it. I'm just saying that.
None of these are key.
That could have been the other side of it. Like, his,
Okay.
I know what these. None of these cards are that. Definitely not. But
All right. I got 2.
3.
Three, all right.
I, like, this guy's he's like bad Alice Luxley. Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this guy when I'm doing like tools and science once. I'm gonna be like, damn, this sucks.
I mean, so I guess like corner use case is like you're playing some sort of Weirdsmobile sledgehammer deck, but you also don't have access to Bandolier, and you want to do something with one of your other
Ooh,
hands.
you're ruling banks. You got your charisma. You got this guy,
Yeah.
and you got like what's his face, detective man who gives you extra damage, and then you're just hitting people with a sledgehammer. Oh, your other hands, your third hand's holding a magnifying glass. You wondering why this
You're
guy's
playing-
not holding the magnifying glass? You're like, no, you have one hand on the sledgehammer.
Well, actually, though, so we had a video talking about this guy about how he doesn't give you +1 book, and then someone in our comments was just like, absolutely big brain. It's like, no, this guy does have +1 book. He's holding your magnifying glass. And I'm like, not actually, but, you know, points for effort.
I mean, yeah, like extra hand slots are. If there was like a green ally that gave me an extra hand slot for like an illicit,
Oh, that'd be pretty good.
like yeah, I'd be all over that. If there was a blue one who gave me an extra hand slot for like a firearm,
no, that would be
melee,
that'd be
Yeah.
I'd
insane.
be all over that.
Yeah.
Tool, like tools are good, but.
Well, no,
you're-
I think it's
you're
the-
yellow. It doesn't matter. Your hand slots are like whatever the hell I brought with me today. It doesn't,
Yeah.
Like I don't care.
It's the reaction that's really just bad
Yeah.
here, right? Like, so even in the use case scenario, like he's holding
Oh,
your
yeah,
magnifying
this is
glass.
just
We're gonna
like a
pretend
thing
it
that
doesn't cost you an
exists.
extra card. Like the reaction is just not what you're here to do.
It would be fun if he was after you succeeded a skill test by exactly 1 or 3 and just
Yeah.
like, you know, made it a bit more open. That
Yeah.
could be kind of fun.
Could like
Yeah.
put him into
Like-
what's his face instantly and do some fighting.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm pretty sure the bone saw is a tool that would make sense to
Yeah.
me. It might not be, but it
No,
would
the
make sense to
bone-
me.
The bone saw's a firearm, actually.
It- no.
It's a melee or ranged weapon.
It's probably one of those, yes.
All right, next up we got most likely to be a staple. So we have the entire mask cycle, which are just like, you know, we people have been talking about them online for a long time. They're good. I mean, all these cards
So,
I think
like,
are
I
good.
can just like.
No, you have to pick which one's the most likely, but you can't vote for all of them.
We have long shot and we have microscope, but I actually think I grabbed the wrong card there. Yeah, that's supposed to be chemistry set. So congratulations, microscope. You snuck in at the last minute. Chemistry set is sick as hell. Microscope, not so much.
Take that, Patreon.
Yeah.
I mean, microscope's like fine. But
Yeah.
It's
Um,
good. It's just
yeah.
not going to be a staple anytime
Yeah, this was made up by high school students, so like that's
checks out.
why.
Yeah,
this
one of
happens,
them
yeah.
one of them like changed the file at the last second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this is Jimmy. Like it'd be
Yeah.
funny if Jimmy was picture his twin Joe or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's not his twin. The kid's just blind.
A three-way! Wow!
Yeah, so like, I don't know about you guys, but any card that's like, this belongs in the blowjob boys, I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, that means that card's good, because those decks were trash.
Yeah, so for people who are audio only, long shot, we all voted for long shot on
How
this
many
one.
people did Justin kill, man?
That was like a lot of, it was like probably, I don't know what, 3 times as many as we had to.
Yes, I was killing people just for fun.
You guys want to hang out for a couple of rounds? Just like fight guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll never just forget the amount of humans who were just going to their
And
job
cats.
that I killed. Yeah, at the casino when I just
Oh, yeah,
murdered
yeah, yeah.
just the blender.
There was like people cowering behind the tables, and you're like going around the
Yeah,
tables,
it's just like yeah,
hacking them
just
apart.
chopping through it. Yeah, those punks. They never saw it coming.
We were definitely the bad guys in that.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, we were, yeah. Like,
Man, how funny would it have been though if we actually lost the campaign when it was all said and done?
That would've been good.
Yeah, I think long shot's really good. I think the masks are good as well, but I think the long shot is gonna just like, it's really good.
It is really good.
Yeah.
yeah, like anytime, I think just about any time I'm playing a combat character who has access to level 0 red, we're probably leaving this in my deck for the whole show.
Yeah.
It's hard not to. Yeah.
And you also don't realize how much like you're actually just like a person is randomly evading an enemy until you realize, oh shit, this now can also deal 1 damage to it. Like that's kind of sick as well.
I can pretend I'm Rita for a turn.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Rita can do her ability
Rita-
twice.
Rita can do her
Rita-
ability.
she's
Yeah, she
Rita
can kill
too.
two health enemies in 1 action.
She can
Let's go.
She can kill so many whippoorwills all at once.
All at once. Yeah. All right. Good job, long shot. Next up, we got the most undervalued. So this was our own opinion, but we also looked at what our chat rated all the cards when I did my initial rating expectations for this.
Yes, when we say the community thinks this, that's what we're referring to.
Yes, yeah, our community, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we got, these are actually all double cards, so they all cost additional action to play. We have Task Force. Additional cost to play Task Force, spend an action, 1 at a time in any order, choose and investigate location 2. Resolve an action ability on an asset they control without paying its action cost. Move to a connecting location or discover a clue at their location. Elaborate Distraction is for each enemy, your location, each connecting location, you automatically evade that enemy who is non-elite or deal 1 damage to that enemy.
So many dead whippoorwills.
And Bank Job is 8 resources distributed as you wish. Okay, so before we vote, this one I am like...
This is actually a tough one.
Yeah, I'm split. I like them all. I'm split between 2 of them, though. Because, like, I think that Task Force has something going for it really well where, like, you can see the actions you're putting into it really easily, right? Where you're like, oh, it does 3 actions, I'm spending 2 in a card.
Yeah.
The other ones, like, yeah, 8 resources is a lot, but it's hard to, like, oh, it's 6 resources because it costs 2 to play, but it's 8 to the group. It feels like harder to
It's
put
8
that into the
resources if
space.
you're giving it to other people,
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
right? Because like your 2 resources don't count in that scenario.
And Elaborate Distraction was the card that when I first read, I was like, holy crap, this actually seems insane. But I haven't heard anyone else say that, so like maybe it's just me.
It's because they haven't played with a turkey.
It's true. The turkey is. It is just like turkey.
This is turkey, but like for 2 less money and 1
Yeah.
extra action.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of like you're... The deal 1 damage is potentially really good, but like if you're in a position where you're doing damage to like 3 enemies with this,
Yeah.
like you're probably not doing so good.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, either that or you're like early in a campaign, you got like multiple 3 health enemies.
Like
No way to deal 3 damage reliably yet.
yeah,
You're just like, what if you guys all had 1 less health, and then like the guy who does damage takes his turn?
Yeah.
What if we did that?
Because
Yeah.
I feel like that's like my initial read was Christmas Land, where I was like, oh, you kill 2 acolytes and evade another dude, right? And like, how likely is that actually to happen? In terms of like seeing the value of the card.
yeah, but like ignoring the flexibility of that for simplicity, this is basically Turkey, but you're trading an action for 2 resources, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
is still, like, pretty okay.
the going rate. Right?
And like it
Because,
hits connecting locations too, which is kind of nice.
like
Yeah.
you get 3 if you spend a card, and you're not spending a card for the resources here. So,
Yeah.
card's worth more than 1 resource.
I'm personally torn between task force and bank job. It's like the resources is really really good.
Yeah.
Like we know that from playing Fausti's Bargain.
No,
Whatever, Bren.
we don't know.
not
That.
doing
I
that,
need
yeah.
to play it more to
I'm not
figure it out.
It's fine. Task force though, like there's so many situations I can imagine where this is just like kind of insane.
Yeah, because it's like you move to a location, discover clue, attack with your weapon.
Well, no, it's an investigator at your location.
Yeah, you can
like
you can divvy
someone
them
else.
as you want to, right?
You know, like Kluger just doesn't get enough clues in their turn. They like all fail twice or something. Like you
Yeah.
basically just take another turn. Like
But I mean,
investigate
like-
your microscope and go somewhere else and get a clue there. Or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
fighter guy, like you didn't kill the guy that you needed to. Like
shoot
take another
something.
turn.
Yeah, it's. I think so too, and it's like even just like worst case scenario, even just doing it yourself is like being able to activate something and do all that.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah,
good,
like-
and like that's where I'm looking like where I'm split too, because like I think Task Force is actually like valued. Maybe I'm undervaluing it in terms of like it's just general use, but I feel like of these 3, it's the one that I see the value.
It's got the
the
highest
most.
ceiling for sure.
Yeah. Three-way split.
Is this it?
All right. Is this it? Is this it? It is the one. No, it's not. It's not. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's the next
okay.
one that is. This one is Task Force. Is from the patrons who come in. I think all of these are good cards, though.
I think, yeah, so I don't think that I undervalue Task Force. I think I see exactly what it does. And, like, it's pretty okay.
Yeah.
Do I undervalue Turkey? I have undervalued
I've
Turkey.
definitely undervalued
So long.
Turkey.
I
Yeah.
definitely have.
No longer.
So I'm going to assume that other people do, too.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Because they might not have played with it yet. This other card is pretty much just like Faustian, but with, like, different rider text.
Yeah, but people don't value economy like they should.
Honestly, I'm happy with any of these. I think they're all good
videos
ones.
If we had to make where we were like, don't take the cards that generate resources out of your deck, please.
Oh, I do that all the time.
I know you do.
I just wait. I just.
But
get
that's when I say, like, when I tell Eric, like, do as I say, not as I do. Because Eric's like, why are you cutting these cards? I'm like, don't worry. We were
look
building
at
decks,
it.
and Eric was like, you only have 4 weapons in. I'm like, don't worry.
Don't-
It's just like, I got this. Like, do as I say, not as I do. Just,
Somebody told me to play 6. Yeah, I told you to play 6.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm going to just run with 4, though. We'll be fine. And then we're not fine. I'm like, I will get there. All right. Next one, we got most overhyped. So, this is Wolf Mask. This is not the mask as a whole. This is just the Wolf Mask for this nomination. So, that's the one that gives you Fist and Foot. Repelling offerings after you engage an enemy. The Rod of Carnimagos, which is Lightning Bolt. Choose an alien enemy. Reveal 5 random Chaos tokens. For each curse token revealed, you may search your bonded cards for the Rod event and attach it to that enemy. And the Rod events do various things. There's a link to. I have a link to all these cards. I'm not gonna like say them in big detail, but they're all there down in the description. You want to check them out. And then the upgraded Token of Faith. This was here because this was the one that was like rated very high by our community, and we were like, that's a little bit overhyped, so we're putting that here. Basically, lets you like live and learn. Is that the card when you
Yep.
fail a test? But it also puts in bless tokens depending on the number of curse and auto fails revealed.
What do you mean I can't have 2 of these and do it twice? That's not right.
Oh, thank God.
That was almost it. I think this is the only one where they tied, and they were split between Wolf and the Rod. However, we're giving it to the Rod of Carnimagos. Any reason for that?
I don't know what the rot events do,
Okay, yeah.
so it clearly cannot be that good.
That's fair.
I
That's
think
fair.
this card's good, but I don't think it's as good as other people think it is.
I think if like that stupid asset that gets events back from your discard pile by spending offerings and seeing if you can hit curse tokens is bad, this is bad too.
Mm.
Yeah, like, so I think, like, not most overhyped is like the one that people think is the best. It's the one I think is going to have the greatest disparity between how good people think it is and how good it is in practice. And like Wolf Mask and Token of Faith, the kind of effects I think people would undervalue and are like more subtly good. Whereas the Rod of Karma Ghost is like flashy.
Yes.
And they're
Yeah.
like, they're imagining all the really cool scenarios they can come up with, but most of the time it is not going to do those.
And mine also came in because there was that it works if you like are during a test, like you do the lightning bolt during a test and it reveals a token. That token triggers for your spells, and the people are being like, that is crazy. My thought is, you're gonna get so bored of that. Like, it's good, but it's not like gonna like. There's already so many, I think, stronger things you can do to have that happen, and it really only works for like 6 cents and like the events from Hemlock Vale, and even then, it doesn't really.
Oh, it works for the curse spells too.
Which is good. I
Yeah.
like that, right? Like, I think that's cool because it's in a curse deck, but you're gonna have to play curses every time for this to actually work, and then, it's eventually gonna not hit, and you're gonna be like, well, that wasn't as worth it as I thought. It's not as good, so. All right, Rod is our most overhyped card. Next up, we got most likely to be Bryn's Madhouse. So this is, we're gonna build a deck around it for Bryn's Madhouse in the future.
All right, so you guys wanna just like put down your 3 or like?
Interesting. Okay. I mean, I actually do think
'Cause,
that
like,
It's a shame Safina can't play that.
I mean, like, the Bryn's Madhouse operates on a democratic one-man, one-vote system. I am the one man, and I have the
I
one
was
vote.
gonna say
he's
too that
right.
when we did the nominations, I think Travis and I did the first 2, and Bryn said the last one. So
This is pretty fair.
I'll give it to you, Bryn. So ethereal weaving. Can I ask what makes it more Bryn's Madhouse than?
It just looks cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine how good this could be?
Yeah, it
it's
could
probably
be.
not going to be that good ever.
Yeah.
But
It could be.
it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, also I think that like this is the one that's most likely to fit into some kind of like movie.
Oh yeah.
Narrative.
Yeah.
Whereas the other two are like very like if you guys were doing that the Vivitch one, like the Devil's a shoo-in for that, but like it's so easy.
Yeah.
It is
that's
true.
what you're
Yeah.
doing.
That is
I mean,
true.
he's even got like flavor text. He's like,
Yeah.
"Would you like to live deliciously?"
They should have just done that. They should have just like dropped. They should have just been like, we're going 100% on this.
Yeah.
I have heard that because we haven't got the Hemlock Vale campaign up here in Canada at the time of recording, and also if you're on our channel, we're not going to be getting to Hemlock campaign until like May, so buckle up. It's going to be a while.
Yeah.
But I hear there's a lot of movie references, and I'm excited to see all the ones that Bryn and
good.
I noticed, but Travis won't
I'm excited
even
to
know.
complain about the lack of narrative.
All
This
right.
is stupid. Why did this happen?
Next up, we got most likely for us to get sick of. So we have all the masks here again. We have Scrimshot Charm as an action. Add 1 to 3 curse tokens to the Chaos Bag. And exhaust Scrimshot Charm. Gain 1 resource for each token added. Gain an additional resource. And then Maimed Hand, a weakness. Takes up your hand slot. Again, -1 health and double action. Discard Maimed Hand. We all got our actions down.
No.
Yeah,
Scrimshot Charm.
we hate green cards.
What?
That's fair.
I mean, like, yeah, I think these ones are all very likely. I went for Scrimshot Charm because I know us playing curse decks, and it usually gets one person, and then everyone else is like, stop it, please. And this is the one that I think seems like the easiest to, like, because you're like,
Just
I want
play.
4 resources.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I need 4
You have to be
resources.
playing a curse deck to put this in. Like just spending an extra 4 resources is insane.
Yeah, just for one action.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you put that in your deck?
Yeah. Yeah.
For the draft challenge, when we have to play only green, I'm putting this in my deck. So everybody else, you better draft.
Unless I get to
Freaking
pick, unless I get to pick this up first,
Unless you do.
and I'm gonna pick
I'm
this.
gonna put this in
I'm just taking Innsmouth. I'm just taking Innsmouth for the rest of time. Please, False Covenant, please, please. No, but then I end up building Blasphemous Covenant.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, we'll put it back in.
Justin, if I pick this set, I will not play green cards.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's a given.
Yeah.
That's a given. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna get sick of these weaknesses because they don't do anything.
They might
Like-
randomly kill you, but yeah.
It's not direct.
no,
it's
so you
not
can
direct
just take
damage,
it. Yeah.
right? Like I can just be like, oh no, my coat.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah. No, you're right. They don't do anything.
So like I think that is
I briefly forgot they like give
Yeah.
you the option to do something instead of
Yeah.
just putting them into play.
right.
Well, they do go back into your deck, so they'll be annoying.
Yeah, like but
But it is because it's not
cares,
direct
right?
damage. I think if it should direct damage would make it
if it did
more
direct
interesting.
damage, then like yeah, okay, I'm back on board.
Yeah.
Like I think these are cool. I thought they were cool at first, and then I was like, oh wait, I can just soak
this.
the damage.
Yeah.
I can even have somebody else soak the damage for
Yeah, some
me.
missing little baby
Like-
design and basic weaknesses.
I would love it if it was direct though, and you had the 1 health remaining, and it would kill you with either
Yeah, it
option.
kills you
That'd
either
be
way,
so
unless
sick.
you're-
Yeah,
That'd be
no,
great.
that'd
Unless you're like
It's
Calvin
fantastic.
or
Yeah.
whatever, and you're like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna put this on my thing.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got most likely to be an expansion plant. So this means a plant for future expansion or an actual plant in terms of Ravenous Myconid. So we got one Dirty Deeds. This allows you to play an illicit card. Search your deck for an illicit card to play it, then resolve an action. This was a plant because we said
Next one's gonna be Mafia. themed.
Mafia themed, and we're going to have What's His Nuts. Michael McGlenn is likely going to be there and do rogue weapons. Ravenous Myconid, because was there a reason beyond just it being a plant,
I don't
or
think so.
did we just put there because it was a plant?
Yeah, it's a plant.
Yeah, it's a plant in current expansion.
Yeah,
Justin.
yeah. So it'll be a plant in a future
It's
expansion.
gonna be it's a
Yeah.
plant in all expansions unless they taboo it to not be a plant anymore.
And then we did Pelt Shipment because they've been hinting at a survivor investigator that like plays with no hand size, and maybe this is it.
This is also like Mycopium that will get Ithaca themed Canada expansion one day.
Yeah, that would be so sick.
Yeah.
I think we'll get there.
I think the game will die first.
Or like a Hyborian.
Hyperborean? Oh yeah.
Yeah, Hyborian is Conan. That's my bad.
We have split the vote. Let's go to
It's a
Patreon.
literal plant. I don't understand.
It is Dirty Deeds. Good job, Patreon. You broke the vote. I mean, it is a plant, but I couldn't feel like good as the committee for the yearbook to vote for the plant one. Even though it does. It just like, it felt wrong in my soul. It was great when we put it on there, but I was looking at it, I was like, oh, this is going to haunt me when I wake up tonight. All right, next up, we got most flavorful design. So if Bianca DeCats, she's the one that you can like get money from her, and if you steal money from her,
Fucking murder.
she'll turn into she'll try to fight you until you bring it back. Steady-handed, it changes all of the science cards that care about how much you succeed by because you become more skilled at succeeding. And then we have Diabolical Luck, which just is like a good way to rogues for cheating curse tokens, which I think they still explore that space the best because it is their identity for curse tokens, which is basically just cheating it. I love that Shuggoth in the back of the card on
Yeah, it's
Diabolical Luck. We need to get more weird shit. We need to get more like the weird part, the monsters and all that. All right. We are giving this one to Diabolical Luck. What pushed it over for you guys?
I don't know, just the fact that Kyle went all in on the Indiana Jones reference, I guess.
Yeah, you
They
call-
weren't
you call
afraid
him-
to go in on it.
You call him Dr. Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would appreciate it if instead of him running away
He's
from
like,
the
my name's
Shuggoth,
Monterey Jack.
he did like the can response, which is like just start gibbering in fear.
Yeah. Yeah, just that's it for Monterey Jack.
Our
Can't play him
investigators are
anymore.
too sane.
I think like steady-handed is. I don't know. It's like a thing it could do. There's lots of things it could do though. You know.
Also, what are you doing in your life? Like you said, Shuggoth, so I have to be Shuggoth. So there's something he's run into multiple times. What are you doing with your life? If you're like encountering Shuggoths
Shuggoths multiple times?
Yes. Like you need
That's
to
how,
make some
that's
better
how
choices.
that's how you know
man.
that he's the guy you want on your team, because he's encountered Shoggoths multiple times and is still
Still
largely
here. Yeah.
coherent.
Yeah. But then you realize, like, he sees, like, a pile of wet clothes, and he's like, it's a Shuggoth. And you're like, oh, this guy's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you probably shot a Shuggoth once.
Yeah.
I was just a homeless guy under a pile of newspaper.
Oh my god, it's a Shuggoth. All right, next up we got least flavorful design. So we have a Cult Reliquary, the 3-cost experienced asset that it says the price is about a pittance for what you will gain. Not
There's
trying
no
to like
price.
skew things. There's no price. That's just how it is. We have Eldritch Tongue, which is a very mystic looking card in neutral. And then we have the this is just like both Aetheric Currents. And Travis, I'll let you for that one because this was you'll explain it better than I would.
So, the one is for Yuggoth, and the other is Yoth. And I didn't like how the Yoth one made sense because there's like a heavy evade theme in the Forgotten Age, which involves Yoth, and that one's the evade one, which okay. But then Yuggoth has nothing to do with like punching, as far as we know. So why would you pick that one for it? And then also Yuggoth is like a different place.
Lesser known lore. Yuggoth is famous for its fight rings.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah, that's where Fight Club is.
Yeah.
All the Migo out there doing Fight Club.
Yeah, they are. We don't get to hear about it because
The first rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then they picked like a
But-
Yuggoth, which is like a different planet, and also Yoth, which is just underground. Like they're just really inconsistent in the places they picked, except that they both start with Y. But like, who cares?
You should have said why, but why?
Why?
So like,
I hate all of these.
I mean, like, yeah, that's kind of the thing too. Like, I think Eldritch Tongue as well. It would have been nicer if it was purple, right? Because
I mean, it didn't necessarily have to be purple. It could have gone with like different art and made it like a color that cared about recursion.
yeah, or even just also like, I don't know. It does kind of seem like it's like we want Parlay to be in other classes, so we're gonna make that neutral just because it doesn't like.
Yeah,
fit.
it is like possibly a little bit of future proofing here. Where
Yeah.
It's like some of the parlay payoff has to be neutral, so that whoever wants to do it has access to it.
Yeah.
You call it future proof, and I call it lazy design.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it is a little bit.
Yeah,
but
future proofing is just how you excuse yourself from not doing the work right now that you're supposed to have done, and pretending that it'll help you in the future. At least that's how I do it.
makes sense.
My vote is for number 1.
I would too. I convinced myself.
I was on massive copium that when this card was spoiled, I was like, maybe there's gonna be like some additional rule about pack cards where if you take them, like or like some other thing, you like have to like take a trauma or something. I was like, maybe there's a reason.
Desperate.
Yeah, I was like, man, I was like, maybe there's a reason why this card just flavorfully is like such a miss. Because I actually, honestly, I don't care about flavor a lot of the time. I just like want the card to be good, right?
Yeah.
And like this one, it was just like it stuck out to me. So that's why, even though I agree with Eldritch Tongue a lot, it definitely. And this was Eldritch Tongue was actually the one voted most by the patrons for this one.
Good.
But I don't like this card. It just rubs me the wrong way.
Looked at the Aetheric Current and like, why is this here?
How many votes did it get? I mean, it got more than the Occult Reliquary.
My God.
Wow.
Yeah, I think the Eldritch Tongue. They could have done that one a lot better by just having it be like a green card and having it be like silver tongued or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Just be like, you fast talk the guy into doing what you want and you get to play your parlay card again.
Yeah. It would have,
But
for sure.
whatever. That's okay. I get it. I'm hoping not to be disappointed in the future.
Yeah, there got to be at least like some parlay cards in the next cycle, so there's no reason.
That would be
that's, like,
so funny if
there
we
was
just
like
never saw
another
one.
parlay card again. There has to be at least like
As a survivor's like, how does it feel?
it's that first time, huh? Meme like that one was just Survivor looking at rogues. Yeah. All right, next up we got Cleanest Design. So this is the card that just sings when you read the card or like all that kind of stuff. We have Cleaning Kit. This isn't here. This isn't a joke. We didn't put it because it says cleaning. I swear to God. We put Cleaning Kit here because the card's just like simple, good, and it just opens itself up to so many different types of archetypes and things without being like a complicated card. That's kind of like what Cleanest just is. It's just like simple, clean, and,
well
great.
designed, too.
Yes, yeah. We got Ancestral Token. After you defeat an enemy, exhaust it, add Blessed Tokens to the bag. Once again, just nice and simple and good. And then Persistence, which is probably actually just like the most like forehead basic skill we've seen in a long time. Just play from your discard pile.
Yeah, they're probably like, why didn't we print this in Forgotten Age with the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says clean on it.
That's not
clean on it.
No, but
I knew that's why you just picked
no. I think Cleaning Kit's probably my favorite card from this because there's just so many things I want to do with it. You know,
One
shotgun.
thing that really pushed me over the edge for it was like the art looks like it's from Arkham, unlike a lot of other things.
That's fair. Yeah.
Like the Pestilence art is fine; it looks like something from this game, but it's very bright, which is kind of abnormal for the cards. The Ancestral Token looks not like traditional art. I'm not sure what it is, but it looks like it's made out of, like the token itself is made out of clay or something.
I get you.
It just looks kind of weird. But Clean Kit looks like something from 2nd edition. I like that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you probably get to discard it, and if you encounter a specific gun jam,
Oh, you're roaming around.
Encounter.
No, you're like roaming around the historical society.
Yeah.
The janitor stops you, and he's like, "No, you stop to ask him a question." And he's like, "No, I gotta get to work." And you're like, "But I have this cleaning kit here that'll do it faster for you." And if you do, he helps you. And if not, no encounter.
No encounter. No encounter.
Sorry, nothing
it
happens.
doesn't
Yeah,
actually,
nothing happens. Yeah, yeah.
it doesn't actually do anything else.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good news. We have cleanest design, which means we also got dirtiest design. These are the cards that I know there were like rules questions, and they are hard to like. There's just something about them that just makes them a little bit dirty.
Pick Fox Mask because we hate furries.
No.
Okay.
So, prismatic spectacles. This came up because there was a
Were we
big.
prejudiced against this week?
There was a big thing about how do you discover an additional clue if you don't succeed on the test. So these are basically like cards that you don't know the rules when you just read them. Fox Mask is here because do you replenish it if you move out of a location when engaged with an enemy? Because it
Or
goes back to the
with an
thing,
enemy.
or with an enemy, or with an enemy. And then we got hand-eye coordination here, which is just due to the complicated nature of the resolving an action ability on a tool or a weapon, how this does not work with something like Sledgehammer, but there's no reason why that is the case on the
Other
card.
than like it might be really good.
Yeah. I got mine.
Yeah, but sometimes you're like, is this interaction too good to be true? And then you're like, yeah, but that's still the way it works. So. Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
It's not the way the rules work.
Yeah, it is one of those things like.
No, the golden rule: your cards always take precedence over the rules, except when they don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
The reason why that like this one is just kind of just like unforgivably dirty is because it's not worded in a way that makes sense.
It'd be like so easy to fix too, you know.
Yeah.
And they just
Yeah,
didn't.
reduce its cost by 1.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
That's it.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, that would actually just
You're paying 1 less arrow cost or whatever, and
Yeah.
Like,
you're done.
yeah.
No, so
There
we
we
got
go.
this pile of garbage.
And then it's even more like because in the
I'm gonna
exact
see if I
same
can catch Travis and like just do the sledgehammer.
Oh, no.
And like he just won't notice that that's what I've done.
Oh no, Travis! After the interaction that Travis had on the Discord, Travis will never forget this.
No, I
it's
will never.
it's burned into his soul. But in the exact same cycle, there's the card Push to the Limit, which actually does allow you to do that, which is even more
Yeah,
of a
you
current
can't-
dirty design.
You can't
You can't do that.
be both ways, man.
Yeah, yeah, and it's frustrating too because the Push to the Limit actually says
in
like
the law.
all costs, and this one is just. But like, what's the difference? Like, really? Like when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
And there
Well,
is
yeah,
not.
because the other one says all costs because it includes things that aren't actions.
Yeah,
And this
like-
one says the action cost because it only cares about the action cost.
yeah.
But it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it just like if we're gonna word things one way to operate a specific way within the laws of the game, just can it always be that way, please?
And really, I think that like
I don't think it would be that strong.
I don't think it'd be fun. It's just like let them have some fun with this. Let Guardians do something that's not
Sledgehammer's,
just like
not even that great.
Not even just fair.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
All
ever just
right.
Milk with your weight toast cereal?
Next up, we got the best Timmy cards. So Timmy's, Travis, you'll explain this better than I would because I always get like everyone accuses me of being a Timmy, and I'm like, I'm not a Timmy. I just am the nicest of the group.
Yeah. So Timmy is like the one who gets excited about playing big dragons and like big dinosaurs and big numbers.
Yeah,
he
sweeping,
wants to just do really cool things, and he doesn't really care how good they are. He doesn't really care if they win the game or not. He just wants to do the cool thing that he showed up to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like cast Crush of Worms.
Yeah.
So we have Erotic Carnimagos here because it's fun to like they'll spin the rot wand and be like, I can't wait to see what happens. I don't care which one I get. I'm just excited to rot people.
It's not Timmy, that's a gambling addict.
Yeah, we know one of those.
Flurry of Blows, which is just like, big weapon, hit a bunch of times. And then Seal of the Elders, which is like summoning those big creatures that come with it that are just cool and flavorful and going with all of that. For Flurry of Blows takes it. Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think this one like just has a lot of the time when you talk to people about their card and they're like, but it does this huge sweet effect, you're like, yeah, when's that relevant though? And they're like 6 turns after I die.
Yeah. Is that the vibe you're getting from Flurry of Blows?
That's what I'm getting from this card is like, is this good? No. Not really. Like, I mean, it might be every so often, but like you don't have to kill Urmordoth every day.
Yeah. To me, with Seal of the Elders, what pushed it for me is that I picture like the Timmy not caring which side they get. Like the Johnny's gonna wait to try to get both because like that's what they're building their deck to do. But the Timmy's just like happy to see the monster and been like, I did it.
Yeah, like I went with Flare Blows over the Seal of the Elders because I think that most people who would get excited about this kind of effect, there's not no immediate payoff really to Seal of the Elders. You just like have them in play and then like they do things over the
That's
course
fair.
of like
they're not
turns.
they're basically not that exciting after you summon them.
Yeah, and then you're just like, oh, I get to hit this guy with my hammer or whatever like 3 times. Sick.
That is pretty sick. All right. Next up, we got the best Johnny card. So one of these is the Broken Diadem, which if you reveal a Bless and Curse token, you place a resource if there's 3 on them. The next time, I think the upgrade is if it reveals a Bless or Curse token, you get an Elder Sign, right? I think that's what the upgrade does. Either Bless or Curse. It doesn't matter. It's just either of them are revealed, it becomes an Elder Sign. Which is like, seems like crazy big build around. We have Fine Tuning and Devil are both making repeat appearances again. So what's a Johnny?
Johnny is
He's a big cat guy.
No. Johnny is the player who likes to find niche uses for commonly played cards or to play with less commonly played cards and find ways to make them work.
Yeah. This is like the archetype of player that I fall into.
Yeah.
I just want to kill people with cards that they've never seen before.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want people to read my card and be like, huh.
Yeah, for people watching too.
Lose.
Yeah, like that's like
what I want.
Bryn's Madhouse has a lot of those vibes. If you see anything with Eric is also very much in this player archetype.
We're too simple for that.
Yeah, Travis just wants to win the game.
I like winning.
Yeah.
And that's why I get enough to just win. You got.
That's why I get. I don't know why, but I always get like because I always just get like. I don't know why it makes me mad. It doesn't actually make me mad, but it makes me angry. When there's like we have the 3 archetypes here: Bryn's the Johnny, Travis the Spike, and Justin's the Timmy. And I'm like, what? No.
I'm probably more of a Timmy than you are.
Yeah, but it's just because you're a lot more ruthless than me. That's what I always say.
What?
In terms
because I'm not afraid to call Bryn out and be like, why aren't you contributing?
Just because the sled dog deck only works 1 out of every 3 scenarios.
1 out of every 8, Bryn.
Twice.
That's 1.
And then I had to throw away all my dogs.
2 out of 9 scenarios.
2 out of 9. All right.
2 out of 9 is better than 1 out of 4 because the numbers are bigger.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think fine tuning right now just doesn't have like the payoff.
Yeah, I think it has the potential in
Like
the
what we're
future for
showing.
sure.
Yeah, there's.
But what if there is and you just haven't found it yet, Bryn?
What you want? What do you want? Me to do? You want me to try to like
Play yellow cards.
play yellow cards?
So Broken Diadem is the winner for the audio listeners here. All right, and then we have the last archetype that we wanted to talk about is Spike. So they like to win, and they like to do it like efficiently and good and all that. We have Strong Armed, melee or ranged. you get +1 damage, and you can take damage to reveal
How does this
different
not
tokens.
work with firearms? This is
I know.
so fucking stupid.
We have Matchbox, which if it has no supplies, you discard it. As a lightning bolt, you can exhaust it, spend a supply.
You shoot guns harder.
It makes you shoot them better.
No.
Yeah, because then they don't like you're not spraying all over the place.
Yeah, but you don't like have to be strong to not do that. You can like
Yeah, you
brace it
do.
against a wall or like you get
Yeah,
like a
but
little
like,
stand
what if
or
there's
whatever.
no wall?
Yeah, like one of those little fold out
Like
stand
a
things.
bipod?
Yeah, bipod.
No.
That's the word. Or a tripod if you want to be extra stable.
No.
No.
Just
I mean, that's a whole separate card.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
The only thing this would help with is if you're throwing your gun at them or beating them with it. If you're pistol whipping a guy, this makes it better, yes.
So if I'm using Act of Desperation, I should be able to commit this.
Yes, you should.
Good.
You can, but you should.
I'm going to.
last one we have here is Bewitching, which is just like stick to the plan, but for tricks, trick to the plan. Just efficiency and just good. So I'm kind of torn on this one because my gut says Matchbox because I think that's the card that I'm most likely to just like play all the time.
My gut also said Matchbox because it's the most boring.
Yeah, but like Strong Armed, I think it has that extra thing where like it's melee, and like why would a Spike want to use guns, right? Because just melee weapons are just so much more efficient. So that's what's calling me towards it.
To my, it's like calling for a hammer
Yeah,
attack.
just swing for 4 damage. Matchbox.
I picked Bewitching because to me, the Spike part of me, consistency is king.
Yes, yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think Matchbox just like does too much
For too little. Which is also like what kind of
Which is like where it's like this like compared to a flashlight is like the difference between lightning bolt and shock. Like one of these is really good, and the other one's like, can you play the other one? No. Okay. Well, let's do this.
Yeah. Yep. All right, and I think this is our last award to give out, which is the most improved investigator. So we have Luke Robinson, Skids O'Toole, and Amina Zidane. Oh, really?
Skids?
I think
Like so-
Skids.
how many
like so
times when
much
we were looking
going
at
on.
cards, we were like, "Man, Luke's gonna love this card."
No, the reason why, because Luke was already very good.
Yeah.
I don't think like it was like a notable improvement
No, I
above.
think,
I think like
he's going to the moon.
yeah.
I already think he was at the moon. Like that's the thing. I already think he was
He's
like.
going to Mars.
So he's going to like a different moon though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I don't know. That's wild to me because I think that like Skids has actually gone from like not playable to like playable. Yeah, which I think is like a big improvement.
I've thought that several times, and I've been wrong every time.
That's fair. That's fair. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think there's a lot of. He's got
like,
he's got the
switch-
British Bulldog. He's got like the Wolf Mask, which I think is really good for him. Yeah, I think he's got some good tools.
I don't think it helps him because ultimately the issue with Skids is like not his card pool; it's his ability that does nothing. Right? That's the biggest issue with him.
Yeah, I mean, like it might have gotten better.
I mean, I think it was
Yeah.
his card pool. Most of the time we point at Skids, we talk about his 3 fists, but now with Wolf Mask he has 5. With British Bulldog he's gonna attack at 6, right?
That
Like
is,
he
like,
might have
better.
like I think if something has made him better, it's like the double events that he
That's
has
fair.
access
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
where he can be
Life
like,
then.
I can pay 2 extra money and just like
Take a
play it
turn.
like an event,
Yeah.
like an event.
Yeah.
That's kind of
I think that's like probably the biggest thing that has improved for him.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that Luke's not improving. Like I'm not saying that at all. But to me, like he's already like S tier, and I don't see him going like to an S plus tier.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
just saying that on the graph it looks smaller.
Yeah.
Because like it's compared to such a huge chunk.
Yeah,
on
no,
the
that's fair.
graph already.
You're also like really
But-
far away, so it's hard
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah.
When you're Skids.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. I do think Amina deserves a shout out, but I don't think it's a notable one. She has all the charm masks that so you can kind of like do the thing. But yeah, she
I
received
think
no
she's a lot
votes.
more interesting to play. I'm not sure she's like
Improved.
like
Yeah.
that much better.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously she'll be better because she has more options, right? That leads to that, but
All right. Well, that's the yearbook closed on the year. It'll be fun to look back to see how much we nailed it. You mean all 15? High fives. We did it.
Yeah.
Wow. We never touched before. I think the one time I touched you guys was at my wedding.
it checks out.
Which I just remember like
The
when we
event is as important then.
when we had to like take the photos and it was like stand next to each other, put your arms around each other and like look at each other and laugh. And I was like, I've never done this with Travis and Bryn in my life. Did you enjoy this video? Please let us know down in the comments. Are there any awards that we gave out that you disagree with, you can also let us know. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to help vote for the next year's yearbook, you can join the Patreon next year. You don't need to do it right now, but if you wanted to do it right now, I'd appreciate the support. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one, and as always, a GG's.